Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so that you never miss a video. Okay, based on today's title, you already know we're continuing with the interview question series. And today we're going to discuss the question, how do you deal with stressful situations? Answering this question can be a bit difficult, especially if you're someone who has high anxiety, high stress in general. It could be very easy for you to respond to the question and say, oh, you know, I don't deal with stress all that well, but I'm learning how to cope with it. Don't say that. Already, don't say it. I'm going to respond to you as if you're asking me the interview question, and then we're gonna talk about it like we've been doing. This is episode 3. You already know how the video is about to flow, how it's about to vibe. So, Kyyah, how do you deal with stressful situations? This is how I would answer. How do I deal with stressful situations? That is a very good question. I would say I deal with stressful situations quite pragmatically. Sometimes it can be really overwhelming when you have multiple projects going on at one time and you can feel a little bit befuzzled on what to work on first. So what I like to do is sit down, take a step back for a few moments, relax, breathe, and make a list of the most important things that need to be done. It can feel like everything needs to be done in one day, but I think a lot of the times we worry about the low priority projects rather than focusing on just the high priority that need to have deliverables immediately. So I make a list and then I work my way through that list, be it in a few days, in a few weeks. I will always tackle what needs to be done and submitted by its timeline. But the best way I deal with stressful situations is just by making a list and tackling it from the highest priority to the least. You see how I give solutions already. That was a great response because I'm saying how I deal with stressful situations. I said I deal with them quite pragmatically, like very logically and in a realistic way. I take a moment to realize there's a lot to do, but not all of it has to be done at once. I make a list. That's the solution. The solution is making a list and tackling the list one step at a time. They might be thinking, well, how do you know what you need to do first? Which is why I already said I tackle things from the highest priority to the lowest priority. That is one way you can answer that question. Another way you can answer it is like this. How do I deal with stressful situations? It's actually interesting because I work better under pressure. So a lot of the times when there's a lot going on, it's just easier for me to tackle what needs to be done. So in stressful situations, I often thrive, but the downside to that can be getting burnt out quite quickly, having to navigate or manage 10 million things at once. So I do try and pace myself, but more often than not, I excel in high pressure, stressful situations. That's a beautiful answer because it tells the employer that, wow, okay, this person thrives under pressure. They can work in a fast-paced environment. They can pick up things quickly. They can move, they can navigate, they can make decisions, and the stress isn't going to keep them from being able to excel in their job. Now, if that's not you and you don't actually work well in high pressure situations, you don't have to say that. You can say exactly what I said in the first response where, yes, I can get quite overwhelmed as anybody can. But what I do is I take a moment, think what needs to be done first. Let's make a list. And let's tackle that list one step at a time. That's honestly always going to be my #1 way to answer that question. Now, moving on to what you don't want to say when someone asks you that question. Don't say you don't handle stress well, as I've already said. Don't say you don't like to be stressed. Don't say you don't like stressful environments. And honestly, some people think it's a good way to say like, oh, I don't get stressed. Look, everybody in this life gets stressed, okay? I don't care who you are. Everyone has experienced some form of stress at some point in their life. So when you say the response like, oh, I don't get stressed, it honestly comes off a little pretentious, as if you're like better than other people, because literally every human that has ever breathed a breath of air, that was dramatic for me to breathe a breath of air, but I was trying to explain that it really doesn't sound right because every single human, everybody has experienced some sort of stress, some sort of pressure. So don't be that person that's like, oh, it doesn't happen to me, because it does. It happens to everybody. And I think employers see it when people answer that way as a little bit naive and not just understanding how high pressure work environments can be, especially if you work in tech or you work in healthcare or you work in pharmaceuticals or research or any job at all. There will be stress. This was a quick video. We love quick, short, to the point. I hope you guys feel more confident in answering this question on how to deal with stressful situations or how you are in stressful situations. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, guys. Bye.